After all that definition, I still pay tribute to my father, who has the best observation of all. This is my father's definition of a developed state. I can't define it, but I can tell you a story. I was visiting home after being away for about 10 years or so, uninterrupted. And this is in 1969, after the race riots. The streets of Kuala Lumpur were deserted. And I was driving him, and he was in the front seat, the passenger. He came to stop sign. I stopped, and then took off. When I took off, my father said, "Why did you stop?" So I said to him, thinking that he did not notice the stop sign, I said, "There was a stop sign." But then he said, "But there were no cars around for miles." Well, I didn't know what to answer, so I just kept quiet. And after a long pause, he said to me, "That's why people in Canada advance and we're backwards. People in Canada obey the rules when no one is watching." And that's his definition of an advanced country, or developed country. The respect for the rule of law. And I think when all is said and done, that's the best definition of a developed state. When the law applies to everyone, whether you're a sultan or whatever, that's the definition of a developed state. I have a picture of the airport in Kuala Lumpur, and there's a black limousine. The says black was an expensive one, and in front it says "Kutua Hakim Negara," blocking the traffic there. And I have a picture of that in my file. I wish I could put it up. And that tells you the Chief Justice of Malaysia doesn't follow the rules. Now, I must tell you something. The Chief Justice, members of Parliament, members of Congress in America, they have the privilege to park wherever they want. Even if you give them a ticket, they're immune to that. That's one of the privileges of being a congressman in America and a cabinet secretary. But if you go to Reagan National Airport in Washington, D.C., you don't find any of the official cars blocking the traffic, even though they can do that. But you go to KL Airport, half the traffic is blocked by big shots cars. Now, why is it important? We have to get to Montreal. We have to be a developed state. Because if we don't get to Montreal, we will automatically slide back to Tijuana. So there's no such thing as being standing still. So there's no such thing as resting in your laurels. Resting in your laurels means you go back to third class, third world status. So we have to strive to be first class. And you just can't stand still. So how do you get to Montreal? Or to be a country like Montreal? In my book, and I think in my presentation last year, there are 4 factors that will govern the development of a society: the leader, geography of the country, the people, and the culture. Each of them interacts and influences the other 3, and the other 3 in turn influences the other factor. They're all mutually reinforcing. When all 4 factors are good, then you get a virtuous cycle, and the country propels very quickly to the developed state. If one factor is bad, if all it takes is any one of these factors to be bad, it influences the others right away, and pretty soon you have a vicious cycle that you go downward spiral very quickly. All this assume, of course, you have peace. If you don't have peace, this doesn't work. You get to Montreal by developing your people. When you hear Dr. Azmi talk today, this morning, and you hear Dr. Judge's talk, what he said, we have to go further. But how do you go further? You have to develop the people. That's why he wants you to give the names of people so that he can tell the companies, biotech companies, to come to Malaysia. If you don't have the people, you can't have a biotech industry in Malaysia. So you need to develop the people. And that's the important thing. Now, how do you develop your people? If you take any group of people and you may take any attributes, whatever you want attributes you want to say, body weight, body height, whatever attributes you want to take on the population of people, you will find that they follow a normal distribution. Some at the low end, some at the high end, and most of them are right in the middle. The big fat average. That's where the average is. It doesn't matter what it is. But for the sake of example, I use an attribute that doesn't have any emotive feeling. The ability to fish. That has no connotation of severity. If you take a sample in this room on the ability to fish, some of you are super fishermen. So you just get the hard one at 20 pounds and make everybody proud. The others are average. And 4 or 5 of you down here don't even know which end of the stick to put in the water. So that's the normal distribution. Okay? Lousy, average, super. So very definition. If I plot that for Malaysians, you get that red graph. Most of us down here. If I plot that the Polynesians, as a group, they're better fishermen than we are. But they still have the lousy fishermen. They still have the super fishermen, just like Malaysians do. If I could plot that graph for the sub-Saharan tribesmen, they've never seen water. So you can expect the curve will be shifted to the left, right? In contrast to the Polynesians, shifted to the right. There are more lousy fishermen among the sub-Saharans than the Malaysians, and you can expect, because they've never seen water. So that's nothing. For whatever reason, that's what you get. So that's the curve for different groups. This is very interesting. This is what God has in mind for us, for the diversity of mankind. We all cannot be the same. That's the beauty of God. If God wants us all to be good fishermen, He'll make us all into good fishermen. If God wants to make us to be all lousy people, He can do that. But it's by God's design that some of us are good fishermen, some of us are lousy fishermen, some groups are better fishermen than other groups. That we can't question that. But we should celebrate that, okay? Maybe the guys who's no good at fishermen could good at something else, but that's nature of things. Now, if you are a leader of a country and you said, okay, I want to increase the number of fish the society catch, where do you focus it? Do you focus your efforts on the underachievers, or do you focus the effort on the middle average, or do you focus the 10% topmost? So there are 3 groups. Let's go through each one of them. Let's focus on the bottom 10%. What's the reason for focusing on 10%? Number one, it's the right thing to do. You can't ignore people just because they're not good. That doesn't meet your criteria. We are part of the society. It's our legal obligation, it's our moral right to take care of our own kind. Maybe they're not as good fishermen as you are, but we still must help them. So that's a moral argument. The other thing is that once you teach them how to fish, you look at their faces, the sense of joy, the sense of accomplishment. That's something to behold. Once they know, oh, you put the hook in the water, not the end or the other rod. You see the satisfaction. That's enjoyable if you are a teacher. The other thing is it's easy to teach them, because they start from a low base. They don't even know which end of the rod to put in the water. So it's very easy to teach, right? The improvement is remarkable. But the most important and pragmatic reason for teaching them is this. If you don't teach them, and you see the other guys fishing, what do? They'll disturb the rest of you. They'll go and swim in the water and scare the fish away, because they have nothing else to do. So that by itself is good enough reason to help them. Now, what's the argument for the super achievers? Well, it's easy to get a good result. They're already good fishermen. Even if you don't help them, they'll be good. But if you help them, they'll be even better fishermen. Then they get the trophy fish, they get the names in your papers and say, oh, we raised a good fisherman too. Just like the sub-Saharan man, the Polynesian. So that's the other reason. It gives us reflected glory in the ability of some good members of our tribe. It brings us pride. But more important than that, when you concentrate on the top 10%, and the top 10% do well and get recognition, what happens? All the others want to copy that. So the top 10% will lead by example. Everybody wants to be the top 10%. So when Malaysia won the Thomas Cup in 1950s, every village had a badminton court, you know. And when Sudirman became a famous singer, every Malay boy wanted to be a singer. So that's a good thing for helping to start people out there. But and they are our leaders, our future seeds, the best seeds of the community. But what's the problem is helping them? The one thing is difficult to teach them. They're already good, so who are we going to find to teach them? It's very difficult. The second thing that even if we don't teach them, they'll do well on their own. They're well motivated, they're self-motivated. So all they have to do is get out of the way and they'll do well.